Hi everyone, Pastor Kirk here. Last Sunday we launched our Free to Fly campaign and we prayed. And here's what we prayed. Lord, thank you for the gift of freedom. We want to be free to believe the Bible, free to preach that in Jesus alone is salvation, free from the contamination of the world's thinking and values, free to live holy lives as your word directs and calls us. And now here we are standing like Israel before the Red Sea. Will you part these waters? We call on you to help us and show us. You bore Israel up on eagle's wings and brought her to yourself. Do that now for Fair Oaks Press. And we prayed, and guess what? 3 days later, as on the third day, the PCUSA approved the terms of the settlement contract we'd submitted to them. They made some minor changes, inserted "the" here and deleted a comma there. And then we drew up a final offer with their edits. And on Thursday afternoon, January 6th, Epiphany, Pastor Henry and I met with two of our corporate officers. Here we are. There's Elder Norm Brown, and he's president of the corporation, and Skip Horvath's the secretary. We met in our upstairs offices to witness their signatures on the final contract. We have a deal. And this is the price of freedom. You know, on March 15, we will write the PCUSA a check for $1.2 million. And they will renounce claim to our church property. The lawsuit will be dropped. The property title will be clear and clearly ours. And our long exodus out of Egypt will be finally over, and we'll be free to fly. Don't you just feel like kissing somebody, you know, like that sailor on Times Square on VJ Day, or ringing a Liberty Bell, like the Patriots in Philadelphia on the 4th of July, a bell with Leviticus 25:10 on it. Proclaim liberty throughout the land unto all the inhabitants. You know, when this redemption price is paid, we will not be just free from, but free to. Free to become the Christ-centered, Bible-believing, mission-impelled, gospel-preaching, world-transforming church in the power of the Holy Spirit that God's calling us to be. On eagle's wings, God says. Free to fly. And so, ladies and gentlemen of Fair Oaks Press, we are now boarding. We're cleared for takeoff. And there is a countdown to March 15. So let's do what we have to do. Let's pay the fare. Let's get on board. Let's find our seats. It's T-minus 77 days and counting. And then we have liftoff. Okay, it's a plane, not a rocket. But with the Lord, you just know it's going to be off we go into the wild blue yonder. Okay, some otherwise mundane announcements. I mean, after that news, everything is mundane. On Sunday, Tim and I are going to be co-preaching a fascinating passage right out of Luke chapter 2 about Jesus' growth from infancy through boyhood to the threshold of his adult life. What does healthy growth look like in our lives? What are the milestones in our own spiritual development? And Tim and I are going to be preaching on that. And I asked Tim to help because he's not just a pastor on our staff. He teaches human development classes at Western Seminary in the city. And so as I tackle this subject, I wanted a partner who actually knows what he's talking about. Sunday is also Communion Sunday. Our elders, I don't know if you noticed, but last year they voted to move communion to the second Sunday of each month instead of the first Sunday. And that starts in 2011. There were too many first Sundays that fell on holiday weekends, and that affected both attendance and getting communion servers. So we're making this change, and it starts this Sunday. You'll notice another change too. One of the stage extensions that we built for our Advent and Christmas, we've moved off of the left side of the chancel to right here in the center. I'll show it to you right now. Here it is. And we're basically going to experiment through the month of January with a kind of projection of the stage that will put the preacher and the worship leaders a little bit up closer to the congregation. Let's see how that works. Cafe Press this Sunday is going to feature a small groups open house, and many of our midweek Bible studies, home fellowships, and Mariner groups are going to be at tables in the cafe. And I just want to say, if you're not currently in some kind of community group at our church, a Bible study, a small group, a Mariner group, I just urge you to go check them out over in the cafe. It's purely informational. This is not some kind of speed dating exercise, but small group community is crucial to your spiritual health, the spiritual health of every Christian. Don't forget, next Sunday, adults, we're going to have 3 adult classes that start on the 16th. Bob Quadro continuing his Gospel of John class at 7:45 and 10:45. Bob Finkbonner teaching the book of James. That's going to be at 9 o'clock. And then Tim Dakin is teaching a new class on modern marriage, and that's going to be in conference room A. By the way, children on Sunday mornings are going to have a new schedule starting not this Sunday, but next Sunday, January 16. Children and youth are going to be going directly to their Sunday school programs instead of coming first into worship. Children will go to the AMC. You know, that's the big classroom right off on the right side of the lobby in the Family Life Center. And don't worry, parents, if you forget, we'll have children's staff right back here next Sunday to walk your kids over. Our Sunday school teachers just were not getting enough classroom time to teach our kids, so that's why we're making the change. Except on Communion Sundays, when we'll have our kids join us in worship for the first half and participate in the Lord's Supper with us. And of course, families can attend church with their kids whenever they wish. I want you to be in prayer for our mission team that is in Haiti this week. That they'll be coming home after this Sunday. They'll be coming home sometime next week. That's all for now, and that's plenty. I love you guys. See you in church.